Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So we're doing the July predictions today, and this is going to be your general predictions. What I do each month is I release a general predictions video and a love predictions video for the month ahead, because I know that some of you aren't interested in the love messages and so you prefer to keep them separate, and also the people who are interested in the love messages often prefer to have like a full reading designed just for that. So this is the general predictions video, and the love predictions one is probably going to be the next video that I work on. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I do pick a card readings fairly regularly, like I try and release roughly about 2 a week, and I do private readings as well. I have links in the description box for my Etsy page if you want to book a private reading, and also all of the decks that I use today are going to be listed there as well. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons, including Alex, Kat, Alexandra and Ashley. Thank you so much for your support. And if you are new here, or if you have just watched a few of my videos but haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. It really helps my channel a lot, and it would honestly make my day to welcome you to our lovely little family. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and let me know how it resonates as well in the comments. So let's take a look at the piles today. So on pile 1, we've got little Christmas Donald Duck. Really cute. I've used all of these soft toys before on other picker cards, but I couldn't leave it just at one. Like, they're all so sweet. Pile 2, we've got Dobby from Harry Potter. I have more of these as well in the UK. For those of you that don't know, I live in Siberia in Russia at the moment, but I am going to move back to the UK in July, so I might miss a video upload at that point. I'm not exactly sure what the moving date is yet, but I'll try my best to stay regular with it all as well. And I've got some new decks that have been delivered to the UK to my address there, and I have some old decks that I have there which I've never used on the channel, because before I started living in Russia I lived in Germany, and that was when I started the channel. So there's some decks there that aren't new to me, but they'll be new to you, so I'm excited to share those on the channel as well. So in pile 3 we've got Dumbo. So this Dumbo and Donald Duck are both from these kind of baby toys that Disney released. There's a load more as well, but I only got these ones, but they're just so soft and really sweet. And Dobby is from a pack. Like, I've got a load of Harry Potter figures in this style as well, so I'll be able to use those as well when I get to the UK. If you enjoy the Harry Potter figures, I know I've been using the Funko Pops as well. So basically, whichever pile you are feeling the most drawn to, not the character you prefer, I would say go by intuition. So basically, if you want to pause the video, that's fine, and just go by whichever character is kind of calling your name intuitively, or which one you just can't take your eyes off maybe. I know some people like to kind of hold their hand over the screen and see if they get any warmth or any tingles from a particular pile or character. And I should say as well, anyone who wants to support the channel, thank you so much to everyone who has donated to my PayPal link. That is very much appreciated, and it just all goes back into getting new decks, new props, etc. for the channel. I have a PayPal link in the description, as well as an Amazon wishlist of new decks that I would really love to get. So if anyone is feeling super generous and wants to show me some love, I would love it if you would take a look at that. My Patreon page as well, I upload exclusive picker cards on there, and also just general kind of posts about spirituality, and I'm just trying to make that a bit more diverse. So anyone who genuinely is a fan of this channel, don't feel in any way pressured to do this, but you might find some of the stuff that I post on there interesting. So if you want to check it out, I would really love it if you would do that. So let's get started with pile number 1. The description box will have the timestamps, and I'll also post it in the comments section. It'll be the pinned post, so the one at the top will have the timestamps. Let's get started. Hey there everyone who picked pile number 1 with lovely Christmas Donald Duck. I know that it's not anywhere near Christmas time, but honestly it is like the least summery day outside. As I said, I live in Siberia, and it has been quite sunny recently. We've had some days where it's been like in the 30s, temperature wise, but today it is like cloudy, overcast, it is cold, and so I'm just not really in the summer mood, I guess. But let's see if you're gonna have a nice summery month in July. We've got all of these oracle cards here. We'll start with your happy tarot cards, and do stick around if you're new, because I always do charms and dice as well when we've done the cards, so make sure that you get your full reading. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles here, Six of Cups, nice energy, and Two of Cups. Okay, lovely. Okay, so what I'm seeing with King of Pentacles and Two of Cups is that there's possible love coming towards you. And I know that this, if you're not interested in love, that's fine. You can just totally discount this message. But I do see there being a possible new person coming into your life, or maybe you're just growing closer to someone. If you're already in a relationship, this could just mean that your relationship is much more harmonious and stable in this month. You kind of understand each other, you're on the same wavelength. And what I see as well with the King of Pentacles is like improved health and improved finances. So if you have been struggling with that, just know that things are going to be better and more reliable and predictable in July, because I know, especially with everything that's been going on in the world over the past few months, a lot of people have really struggled with money and with job security. But I see things becoming a lot more stable for you in July, and kind of those worries about instability and about money flow disappearing, or at least getting a lot less serious than they were before. And lovely Six of Cups in the middle of your reading. So this lovely, kind, childlike, enjoyable energy here. Some of you may have children, or maybe you're trying to get pregnant. Maybe you are pregnant, but this is just a nice feeling of like a child focus. But I also feel like your relationships in general in this month are going well. Like I feel there's a lot of shared joy, shared happiness. You may get a gift from someone, maybe it's your birthday. I just always think of someone giving something with the Six of Cups and not expecting to get anything in return. Like someone just genuinely says something to you to cheer you up, or just does something for you just because they want to make you smile, or they want to help you out. So it's a really lovely energy of like, you know, giving without expecting to receive anything. Really nice. So see what your oracle cards say. I haven't looked at these because I like to be surprised as well. I like the mystery. So we've got the Seven of Wands. Okay, so yeah, I lied. This is actually not an oracle card. It's a tarot card. But I just think they're so special that I often include these because I really like this deck. So Seven of Wands. This card in this particular deck is all about healing. And if you've noticed, these butterflies are all in the colors of the 7 chakras. So maybe if you're feeling particularly drawn to one of them, that might tell you which chakra or chakras in particular need healing at this time or in this month. I love the butterfly symbolism as well, because all of the Wands cards in this deck have a butterfly and the caterpillars up the side. So there's this feeling of like transformation here, and kind of evolving, growing, things getting better. There's this lovely little fairy that's living in this petal here. So I'm thinking also like some of you are interested in alternative therapies at this time. So maybe you have, like when I look at the King of Pentacles and I got that health message, I was thinking that maybe some of you have long-term health conditions, like maybe you get migraines, or you have like a painful condition that just keeps recurring, or that you just have to live with every day. And so you're trying like alternative therapies like Reiki, maybe like color healing or sound healing, that kind of thing, energy cleansing, crystals as well. Like that's what I'm seeing with this, just kind of natural, non-harsh remedies that work alongside your whatever treatments or coping mechanisms you already have in place. So there's definitely a sense of healing there. And for some of you, it's not a physical healing. As I said, there's like an energy cleansing going on there. There's just a feeling of things getting better and transformation there as well. Definitely like coming out of your cocoon, evolving, growing. So we've got number 27, the Light Princess, Ungrounded. So what I'm seeing here is that if some of you are kind of getting into a relationship or getting those feelings of love, it might be a little bit overwhelming, because this ungrounded feeling is kind of that sense of transition. You know, when you're coming out of one phase of your life going into another, it can feel a little bit scary sometimes because it's change, and so you're wondering where exactly you're going in life, what exactly this new life is going to be like for you. So there's that feeling of change there, and it's maybe overwhelming, it's maybe making you a little bit anxious sometimes. But it's not a bad card, the ungrounded card. It's just saying that you are changing, you are going through this situation. Maybe some of you are moving as well, or traveling. There's that sense of like not being in one place. So yeah, just that. Remember to stay grounded in this month, and I think this is also good to tie in with that as well as the King of Pentacles. Like staying grounded, meditating or being mindful will help you if you have anxiety, or if you are just worried about where your life is headed, what this transition period means for you. Staying grounded regularly will help you. So if you can do like a 5-minute mindfulness every day, that's going to be really helpful. So, wow, we've got the transformation card. A fresh new way of living emerges. And we've got a beautiful phoenix on this card as well. So maybe some of you have been going through a really tough time in love, in life, in career, in your health. And now you're coming out of that and you're facing this new chapter and you're feeling empowered. You're feeling like you have learned something and that you are like a new person, essentially. There's this lovely transformation energy there. So I like that that is a repeated message there for you. We've got the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So Gemini energy here now. Also with the King of Pentacles, you might be an earth sign or have that in your chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You're going to get some kind of communication that you've been needing or you've been waiting for in July. Maybe that's about your work for a lot of you. Maybe it is about a new house if you have kind of been stuck, not being able to move in somewhere because of everything that's been going on. Maybe that's going to start rolling again. Maybe it's about relationships. There's just a sense of some needed communication coming towards you, some communication that you're thankful for or grateful for. And then this Dixit card, wow, creativity and inspiration. Isn't this such a beautiful card? I love how it's like a violin, but also a pen. So these Dixit cards, they're from a game. They're not actually oracle cards, so there's no way to interpret them, but I just have my own meanings for them. And this is like creativity and feeling inspired in this month. So some of you will be artists or musicians or writers or have some creative hobby, and so you're going to be feeling like ready to do that again. Maybe that is you've had writer's block, or you've just not been able to find the time or the energy to actually sit down and create. And when you come into this new life that seems to be coming out for you, it's like a new chapter in your life, your energy is going to shift and you're just going to feel ready again to start doing that. I think I could do with a bit of that as well. So then we've got Borzhechki. Okay, so this means like, oh God, like what now? What is this now? And it's the 3 of Diamonds, if that means anything to you. There's no guidebook for this deck. It's just purely intuitive. So what is interesting is that sometimes when I get this card, I think of just one thing after another. Like you're doing well and then suddenly another thing gets thrown at you and you're like, oh, for goodness sake. Just when I was getting on top of things, I've now got another responsibility, you know? But what I'm actually feeling from this card in this month for you, group number 1, is that you are getting some kind of guidance, like, because this person, they do look a bit exasperated, but at the same time, they also look to me like they're calling out, like they're invoking something or someone. It's like they're in the middle of this, what even is that, like this sacred circle, and they're just calling upon or appealing to kind of all gods for help or for some guidance. It's like, give me a sign kind of thing is what I'm seeing there. So maybe that's to do with this answers that you're getting, this communication that you're receiving. Wow, number 39, new life. Yeah, some of you are getting pregnant in this month. Some of you are possibly giving birth, but I'm also just seeing in general like a transformation for you. It's like you're coming out of the darkness into the light. There's this sense of freshness as well. That's why I'm also feeling like improved health for you as well. There's a physical feeling with this, but I think for some of you this is also about conception and actually having children, starting a family or increasing your family. And we've got dance. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. So yeah, definitely like that 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups feeling happy, just allowing yourself to live in the moment and to do things that you enjoy without feeling bad about it. You know, I think a lot of people, me included, whenever I stop working or I stop doing something productive and I just watch YouTube or, you know, just like sit down and do nothing, I feel bad about it, and I kind of berate myself like, well, that's an hour that you've just wasted where you could have been productive. And I think in this month it's just important that you do have some fun and that you do unwind a little bit. So I am going to get some charms for you now. So a quick disclaimer, if you are wearing headphones or if you have the volume up quite loud, you might want to turn it down a bit, because these are mainly metal charms. They can be quite loud when I shuffle them. And then we will put your dice on top as well. So group 1, what is coming up for you in July 2020? Okay, let's see what we've got here. Have we got any initials? Just one, I think. Okay, so we've got the letter J. So that could be someone's name or surname. It could be a place name or something to do with creativity. I don't know if that's like a hobby that begins with J, or maybe you're writing about something like that. Just take it how it resonates with you. Let's see what we've got up here. So we've got the burden and the weight charm there. So maybe some of you are losing weight, or maybe it is just that you are releasing a burden from yourself, because losing weight would also fit in with this kind of physical healing and improved health that I've been seeing for a lot of you. We've also got beauty there as well, so feeling more confident, feeling maybe a lot of people are going to be complimenting you in this month just purely because they mean it. Like, it's not a false compliment. It's landed on the 6 of Cups, you know, people just saying, oh, that shirt really looks great on you, or I like how you've done your hair, or wow, you're looking really great, like you look so happy. And I think that's going to kind of boost your confidence in this month. Got the good luck shamrock as well, so good luck around this month, which is nice. And also the dragonfly is a symbol of good luck for me. You've got quite a few kind of fire images as well. The dragonfly, with it being associated with dragons, is fire. The phoenix, the wands card. Interesting. Also got the love heart, which is nice, and the angel feather. So maybe angels, like I said, like divine message coming towards you. Maybe a sign is being brought for you. And yeah, the apple, that's my health symbol. So definitely there's an improved health for you in this month, which is nice. Someone wants to kiss you as well. Very nice. Got the calculator, which is about working things out. Maybe that's also to do with being paid or with your work in general. As I said, I feel like some of you are getting a more stable income in this month, or maybe you're getting like an advance of money that will keep you tiding over. Oh, I didn't see that. We've got the sword as well. So like possibly being defensive about something. Maybe you don't want people questioning you know, a relationship that you have, or you don't want people poking around in your finances, or maybe you're just a bit touchy kind of about your health. Maybe it's like people are saying, oh, have you lost weight? How have you done that? And maybe you haven't been trying to, but you've lost it because you've been unwell, and so you feel like, actually, I don't want to talk about that. There's just a sense there of having your guard up for some reason, and you'll know what kind of area of your life that's pointing towards. It'll be different for everyone. Got the true love rose. It's so lovely. I think of Beauty and the Beast when I see that as well, like something that takes time to develop. Got a good friend with the frog as well. That's my symbol of a good friend. And the black obsidian ball. Okay, so there's some kind of mystery here in this month as well. Something is hidden from you, something you're not fully aware of yet. Let's get your dice on top. Maybe that will give us some more information. Okay, so we're going to roll the first set of dice for you today, pile number 1. And that's the fantasy dice. And it's interesting as well because you chose pile number 1 and we're getting the first set of dice. Let's see how many we're going to put on for you. Oh, 1. Come on, let's get more than that. If it's 1 or 0, I always try and get more. Okay, 8. Nice. Yeah, if you're new to my channel, basically I do not just cards, but I do charms and dice as well, because I like to get like a mixture of different divination techniques. I'd like to get some rune stones as well and learn how to read those. Although I don't know if I could put rune stones on top as well with everything, because it would just be such a long video. But let's see, what is coming up for group 1 in July? we've got... One thing that I was saying, I often point out what elements I see in the cards and the charms and stuff. And so if you were wondering why I was saying that I see a lot of fire energy, I want to relate that to your birth charts, your zodiac signs, but also, as people who kind of get readings from me quite often will know, I work a lot with elementals. And this is something I want to do more when I get back to the UK as well, when I have some more decks there, because I want to start doing some readings where you can... what I'm thinking of doing is kind of having one question like this, but each pile that you pick is for a different elemental. So there'll be like earth element, water element, fire element, air element. And so the earth element, for example, would be channeling messages from the fairy kingdom and from gnomes and just regular earth elementals. The fire would be dragons, salamanders, fire elementals, etc. And I just think that's really fun. So I'm planning to do that in the future. Let me know if you are interested in that in the comments. And you have got a gnome here as well, which is cute. So earth energy there. But I think of this gnome because he's got this little lantern and he's got his, what's it called? It's a pick. It's not an ice pick though, it's just a pick. Because he's going into the mine and he's going to mine for diamonds because gnomes live underground. They're very connected to metal and to rock and to precious stones like diamonds, for example. If you remember the dwarves in Snow White, they're also what we would think of as gnomes. It's just like a translation difference. So basically this is about going within. Like I get kind of strong hermit energy from this, going within, illuminating the darkness of the subconscious and understanding yourself better, maybe lighting up an area of your life that you've been deliberately, leaving in darkness, or an area of your life that is, you haven't got the full truth from it yet. Maybe that is what the answers are going to be about. You're going to get some truth about something. And yeah, we've got the treasure chest opening up here, something being revealed, something good though, some positivity coming your way, also wealth and abundance I'm seeing there. You're being watched over at this time. We've got Mount Olympus there. The gods, the gods are on your side. This actually means in Russian, little gods, bozhechki, which is so cute, but it's just something people say like, oh my God, like what now kind of thing. Like it's become just something that you say, but that is actually what it means. So the gods are watching over you. You are beloved of the gods, as my grandma says sometimes. Oh, the gods must have been smiling on you for that to happen. I just think that's such a lovely way of thinking about the world and of phrasing something. We've got Icarus as well, flying too close to the sun. So maybe you've felt like you've had to take a risk in this month. Maybe you feel like something you've been doing recently has been, a bit risky, or like it's not going to pay off, it's not going to work out. Maybe you feel like someone in your life is being pretty arrogant in some way, and you're just waiting for, the moment when they get their comeuppance. Got the Queen of Swords there as well. So a woman, if you are a feminine energy, standing up for herself, standing up for what she believes in. This is like your moment of independence as well, your moment of kind of reclaiming and asserting your identity and your independence. And I like that. That's like this feeling of, this is who I am, this is why I'm here, and I'm not going to compromise. Like, you take me or leave me, essentially. And I think that's great. And so we've also got the old lady who is in poor health. So again, here there has possibly been a health issue that's been troubling you. It could be mental health related as well, because that is just as serious and just as potent as a physical issue. But I do see that improving. So I think also when this improves, your confidence and your self-esteem will improve, because this lady just looks really down and really like upset about what's happening to her. She just feels like she's kind of past her peak, essentially. And so I like that it's landed on that transformation. It's like this woman goes from being like this to being like this. And I think that's so beautiful. That's why I love having all of this stuff on here. It's like a little movie. And then we've got the tower here, which is like a kind of like a lighthouse, because we're seeing it lit up in the distance. So it's like picturing that life that you want and going after it, like visualizing it and then manifesting it, making your way towards your dreams. And that's there on the new life card, which is very nice. And also the little hut, so the sanctuary. Your home is your sanctuary at this time, cozying up, keeping comfy. Maybe you're not especially like open socially at this time. I do see you growing closer to one person in particular, but maybe you're still self-isolating. Maybe you still have a lot of restrictions where you live, and so you can't get out and see a lot of people. But I think also it's coming from within as well. I think a lot of you are just kind of comfy with that, like you're not overly fussed about not seeing a lot of people at the moment, because I think this month the focus is on you and on your own transformation and independence. And that's really, really lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed this group one. And if you are interested in the love message, definitely stick around for when I'm going to release the love reading. Like, you might want to turn on notifications if you haven't already. There's a little bell symbol that you can do that with, because that will be released in the next few days, and that will elaborate on this situation further. But thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and maybe share with a friend as well if you think that they would enjoy this. Let me know in the comments as well how it resonated. I'd also love if you would come back at the end of the month. I know that a lot of people would just completely forget about that, but if you come back at the end of the month and let me know what came true for you, that would be really cool. And if you want to book a private reading, the link to my Etsy page is in the description. But please remember, if you're going to book a reading, to leave me your email address, your name, and your question, because a lot of people don't leave a question. And if you're asking about someone else, like a friendship or a love situation, then give me their name as well, please, because that's how I connect to their energy in a private reading for you. And if you're interested in any of the decks, as I said, they are linked in the description box. And if you would like to help out the channel, thank you so much. Please do not feel pressured in any way, because it is not mandatory. But I would love it if you could leave me a little tip or donation for this reading via PayPal, or if you would like to check out my Patreon page, that would be so cool. Growing a little community over there. And I would love to get to know you better over there. And anyone who's feeling like majorly generous, if you would love to check out my Amazon wish list, I've got like quite a few decks now on there that I've been craving. So if you want to make my day, do send me an email or leave a comment and let me know that you want to get one of the decks, and I can tell you where to send it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great month ahead. Wishing you all of the best, and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Hey there everyone who picked pile number 2 with Dobby. This is your reading, so let's see what's going to happen for you in July. Do your tarot cards first, then your oracle cards, which I haven't looked at because I like to just kind of have the mystery as well and kind of discover it along with you. And if you're new to my channel, do stick around, because I put charms and dice on top of the cards as well when I've read them all, so make sure you get your full reading. Okay, so we've got the Star, beautiful way to start, Page of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so some of you are earth signs. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn represented here, as well as Aquarius. So that might resonate with you as being in your chart. Basically what I'm seeing is there is an improvement here for you when it comes to work and study. So this was kind of a theme in pile number 1 as well. And I think a lot of you have been really stressed recently about money and about job security with everything that's been going on in the world. So I see there being like a more stable income for you in July, if that's something that you have been really worried about. I think a lot of you are also graduating as well in July. There's this sense of completion now when it comes to study. Some of you also making improvements in training courses or enrolling in new courses, maybe to learn languages or to get more training for work. And what I like with the Star as well is that it's possible that, I don't know, because because I don't look at the oracle cards beforehand, I want them to back me up, but I feel like maybe a wish is coming true for you in this month. I'm just getting this feeling from the Star that things are going to go really nicely in this month. Something's going to happen exactly the way that you wanted it to, so that's really nice. Also, improved physical health, which was a theme in pile 1. All of these cards come with a feeling of healing and getting better in a physical sense. So mental and physical health improving at this time, especially for those of you that have been unwell or have a kind of a long-term health condition. I see that being eased a little bit in this month, so that's really nice. Let's see what the cards say. Okay, so we've got 2 of Wands, and this is a really nice card because in this deck it's all about discovering your true self and getting back to your authentic self. So this fairy is looking in the water and she's seeing this smiley face with like a flower wreath, and it's basically saying, what is your true face? Is your true face happy and smiling? Who are you on the inside? And how can you start portraying that to the world? So it's all about living authentically and not trying to cover up who you are so that you fit in more or so that people accept your beliefs or whatever. Like, just don't be afraid to be who you really are, because that will set you free and that will bring you like so much more happiness and confidence and fulfillment in life. And it's actually funny because I just said that will set you free, and I was just now thinking about Dobby and when he gets the sock and just saying, Dobby is free. Maybe that's why you chose this pile, like, honestly. That's so cute. Yeah. Maybe that's why you chose this pile. I don't know. Maybe subconsciously you were feeling drawn to it because of that. You want freedom. So then we've got number 5, which is Gretel, and it says ingenuity. So yeah, I think in this month things are going to improve for you because of your own hard work and because of your kind of your own dedication to yourself and to your life and to what makes you happy. So a lot of you will have been working hard at projects outside of work, whether that is like studying, as I said, or just for your own personal improvement. Like some of you are learning something just on the side, just for personal interest, and you're going to see improvements for that in July. I know a lot of people have taken up things like knitting, sewing, etc. But as I was saying before, also I feel some of you are learning other languages, maybe in preparation for traveling or for studying abroad, or just in general being interested in that. So there's like a sense of your own cleverness and your own skill in this month, which is really, really nice. Staying focused, hold the course. Yeah, so you definitely have your eye on a particular goal. There's something you really want to achieve, or there's a point that you really want to get to. And this is just saying, keep working hard. You're on the right path with that star card as well. And this wizard, he is looking at the stars. And now I've just heard that phrase, and I can't remember who said it because I think it's a famous quote, but it's aim for the stars, or is it aim for the stars? Aim for the sky, basically, because even if you fail, you'll land amongst the stars. So aim high, don't set your expectations or your standards or your goals low just because it feels more achievable. Aim for the sky, because then you'll land among the stars if you fail, whereas if you just aim for a tree height, then you'll just smack on the ground if you fall, basically. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So that's Cancer energy coming out now as well. So there is some issue in your personal life, and I want to say this is like family related for a lot of you, but maybe it's also, for some of you, it's romantic, or it's like in your friendship circle, that has been causing some tension or causing some distress to some people. That is going to be improved at this time. So maybe some of you are going through a divorce or a breakup. Maybe some of you have had a bereavement or a family argument or disagreement, and that is going to, if not be fully tied up, then it is at least settling down in this month. So there is this feeling of renewed harmony at this time. There's a feeling of just breathing, tying up those loose ends. People are more comfortable in each other's company rather than being at each other's throats all the time. And it's just like, oh, finally I can stop worrying about every other person except myself and get back to my own worries. That's kind of what I'm getting from a lot of you. You can tick some people off your list to worry for. And then your Dixit card, I just want to say these are from a game. They're not oracle cards, but I just have my own meanings for them. Look, this is like a little dinosaur boy with his work briefcase, and he's like sailing down this kind of little river. This again just makes me think of you seeing your goals for the future, seeing what you want to be. Who do you want to be when you grow up, and you might be in your 50s or 60s, but who do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want for yourself for the future? What kind of person do you want to become? And so definitely there's a strong focus here on your career and on your self-improvement as well, which is really nice. I love dinosaurs as well, by the way. I don't know if you do, but I really, really love them. I was looking for a dinosaur tarot and was just really disappointed that there wasn't one. If anyone wants to make one, please let me be the first person to have it. So we've got Soветы Losося. So like it was something span out of control. Basically what I'm seeing here is that there has been a very high drama or high tension situation at work or in your personal life, and it's just, it might not even have been to do with you necessarily, but you've just been swept along into it because people you know have been like, whose side are you on, or what's your opinion on this, and you're like, I don't really want to state my opinion because that means that someone's going to be upset with me. And so there's just this feeling of like whirring round. Maybe some of you it's just thoughts and worries that are whirling around your mind. Some of you might have anxiety, or just kind of general heightened worries at this time. So again, because we've got this feeling of resolution here, I feel like those windmills are starting to spin more slowly and more slowly and more slowly until they come to a halt. So some of you can breathe a sigh of relief because of that. And maybe you want to visualize that actually. If you do have like a meditation or mindfulness practice, maybe you want to kind of visualize your worries as like a windmill on a hill and spinning really, really quickly all around. And then you just want to visualize that the wind slows down and the windmill stops being so fast. And then you can see each individual spoke, each individual worry, and then it just kind of is gently turning a little bit and then it just stops. You might want to do that just to kind of visualize things becoming less stressful. And that's 9 of circles, which does look like a 90, so you might want to take that. But this deck has no guidebook, so you have to do everything by intuition. And we have regeneration as well, number 46. So like a new start for you, a new growth, maybe something, as I said, if you have been not working as much, or if you've been not able to go into the office, maybe you can go back into the office and it's like that restart of something. Or maybe it's a resurgence of a relationship, you know, harmony in relationships as well. Maybe it is just like you finally got some confidence back, you can finally start thinking about the future again. There's just this feeling of finally, you know, things are renewing themselves, things are starting to grow. That's really nice. And wish, make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just was talking about a wish possibly coming true with the star there. So, okay, lovely. You might want to pause this video and just look at this and make a wish. If you want to do that, you don't have to, but you might just want to do that. A wish might be granted for you in July. What a lovely message to get. So I'm going to put your charms and your dice on top, and I do just want to say as a disclaimer, if you're wearing headphones or if you have the volume up really loud, you might want to turn it down a bit now, because just while I'm shuffling the charms, they're mainly metal, they can be kind of loud when I'm shuffling, so you have been warned. Especially if you're falling asleep. I know some of you listen to it mainly for like kind of ASMR purposes, which is lovely, but this might wake you up. So pile 2, what is coming towards you in July? What's happening for you in July? It took a little while. Okay, what have we got? Just looking to see if we've got any initials to start off with. We have. This is so odd because pile 1 only got this initial as well, and that's a J. So that might make sense to you. That might be something like someone's name or surname. It could be a place. It could be, I don't know, a company or a job. Just whatever comes to you. It might be a random word. Okay, so we've got this healing symbol here, and I like that because we have got that in the tarot cards as well, a strong focus on healing. We've got good luck, and there's a love heart there, and I'm pretty sure I've seen more, so let's count them. 2 love hearts, and then the 2 hearts entwined there as well, so that's technically 4. And we've got freedom. freedom in the heart space as well. So I feel like a lot of you are releasing someone from your life in a love sense. Maybe you are healing from a divorce or a breakup, as I was saying, or maybe you've pulled yourself out of a third party situation or a situation that just wasn't really going anywhere. But definitely it's like you're renewing this love for yourself, and maybe you're reopening yourself up to love in this month. You know, maybe there is someone coming towards you, because we have got that Page of Pentacles, which could be someone coming towards you. I feel like this is more just you are open to this now. You are now starting to feel that regeneration of love within your heart, and you're like, okay, I've put that behind me. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to open myself up to these new experiences when it comes to love. And that's lovely. Got the Hope charm there as well, which is very connected to the Star as well. We've got Teamwork, the hockey sticks, Protection and Faith there. And the Star card is also all about faith, having faith that things will work out. We've got this little fairy guy, and this is nice because you have got a fairy on this card as well. And as I was saying to pile 1, I do call out elementals a lot when I'm looking through the charms and through the dice, because it's something that I like working with. If you have been to my shop, you probably know that I have elemental readings. And what I'm planning to do when I get back to the UK is to do some readings for the channel where I ask a question like this, and it's a pick a card, but each pile is going to be a different element. So for example, if you pick the water pile, then you will get the messages channeled through merfolk, water fairies, water elementals in general. If you pick the fire pile, that will be dragons, salamanders, fire spirits, etc. Just because I think it's fun. So do let me know in the comments if that's something that you would find interesting. But you do have earth elementals like fairies and gnomes, and just general fairy help around you in July, so that's really cute. I also think summer in general is just like a really, you know, special time for fairies, especially summer solstice, which when I'm filming this is actually today. So interesting that I just said that. But yeah, fairies are around you. Maybe you have always felt really close to fairies. Got the notification bell as well. So something or someone is trying to get your attention in July. Maybe new contact with someone or renewed contact with someone. We've got the sheath. So there's also something that you're keeping to yourself. This is like hiding something or just not being open about something at this time because you don't want to be. Got the yoga and meditation charm as well. Having a mindfulness practice is always helpful. A lovely angel wing, so angels are around you. Got the spoon. Okay, so when I get the spoon, I think of like taking things bit by bit, like spoon feeding. So just also this ties in with the Page of Pentacles and with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like gradual improvement. And when I think of the Two of Wands as well, I think of controlled progress. So it's like you're making forward movement and progress at this time in this month, but it's not like a massive leap forward all at once. It's like a gradual slow improvement where you just see changes each week and you're like, yeah, that's good. I can see that I'm moving forward with my goals, or I can see that, you know, my health is improving. Maybe some of you are losing weight as well, and you just are kind of gradually seeing that improvement. Got the key, so there's a solution to a problem in this situation as well. Maybe it's this personal issue. Have the cactus as well. Okay, so some of you have been in survival mode for a while. You've just been trying to get through each day without thinking about whether you actually enjoy it, but I think that's changing as well. Have Red Riding Hood, so that's the feminine in this situation, which could be you, because that would represent you here looking at the future. And also Red Riding Hood is about staying true to your path and not letting anyone tell you that's not for you, or I've got a better idea, why don't you do this? Like just staying true to what you know deep down is right for you. Have the Black Swan as well. It's a very unique person, very beautiful person that you are. Listen to your inner wisdom, like I was just saying. Don't let anyone kind of talk over you in this month or tell you that you're wrong in terms of what you're choosing to do. Have the ice skate as well, and that makes me think of skating on thin ice. So you feel like, okay, things are starting to go better now. What's the catch? Like, okay, my job is more secure, or I've got more money now, so something is going to go horribly wrong in another area of my life. And we've got the gear. as well, and that's landed here. So when I get the gear, I think of something already happening, something already being in motion. So maybe things are already starting to get better for you and you're thinking, okay, something is going to collapse on me, or maybe your health is already improving and so you're just expecting it not to stay that way. Like whatever it is, I think you can afford to be a bit more optimistic in this month. And we've got another fairy. Okay, this fairy sitting on the moon, waiting for her dreams to come true. So again, this feeling of wanting something to happen, waiting for a wish to be granted. Got awakening as well, this alarm clock, being awakened to some truth. And starseed, and it's landed on the star card. So a lot of you are star seeds, and if you don't know what that is, I would recommend just Googling it and seeing if that resonates with you, because that might really help you understand why you're here and make sense of things that have happened to you in your life. So let's get your dice on top. Basically, if you're new to my channel, I roll this 6-sided dice to see which set of dice we're going to use, because I have quite a few, and it's number 5. And so that's the actions dice. And then I roll this one to see how many of them will roll, because if I just roll all 9 and only 3 of them have a message for you, then it's not going to be very helpful. It's just going to be confusing. Okay, 2. Okay. So what is coming up for pile 2? Oh my goodness, pile 2 are getting 2 dice. That's nice. Okay, what's coming up for pile 2 in July 2020? Okay, so we've got the person who is like digging a hole, looking very diligent, focused on their job. So again, I'm feeling like slow progress, but it's because of your own hard work and it's something that you can measure. Like it's not like a volatile thing. It's not something that's happening to you, the changes in this month. It's stuff that's come about because of your own actions and your own determination and willpower. So you can be proud of that in July. And then we've also got the person who is playing with these dolls. So there is like a childlike energy here of just wanting to enjoy yourself, wanting to have some fun. Don't be harsh on yourself if you are kind of, you know, not being productive 100% of the time. As long as you are doing a little bit towards your goals each day, it's fine to relax. It's fine to do things that you enjoy. And I also feel like the way that this person is looking at these dolls, it's almost like she's trying to get them to talk to each other, like the mediator, like, come on, you say this and then you say that. So I wonder if you are going to act as like someone's mediator or go-between in this month, if there is like an issue in your friendship group or in your family circle, maybe it's even at work. You're trying to make 2 people resolve their differences or make 2 sides kind of agree on a middle point. So that's a nice energy as well, this kind of harmonious, smoothing over energy. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading, group number 2. I would love it if you would let me know in the comments how it resonated. And if you can remember to come back at the end of July, I would love to know what came true for you as well. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would honestly make my day and it really helps out the channel a lot when you do that. And if you enjoyed this and you think a friend might enjoy it as well, then consider sharing it with them as well and kind of get these messages out to as many people as possible. If you would like to book a private reading, the link to my Etsy page is in the description. But if you do that, can I just ask that you leave me your email address, your name and your question, because a lot of people forget to even leave a question when they do that. There's like a comments box when you book a reading. I offer angel healing sessions as well for people who are interested. But if you're booking a reading, in the comments box, just leave me your question and those details. Also, if you're asking about someone else, like if there's like a relationship or friendship situation that you're asking about, please give me their names as well. It just means that I can connect to their energy in the reading, so I know that I'm getting the right person. And also, if you're interested in any of these decks that I've used today, I always link them in the description box. And there are links in there as well if you would like to help out the channel in any way. Please don't feel pressured to do that, especially as a lot of you haven't got kind of money to spare at the moment, and that's completely fine. I totally understand. But if you would like to do that and you do have the money to spare, please do consider leaving me a little tip or donation for this reading via PayPal. The link is in the description, or checking out my Patreon page. I'd love it if you would do that and join me over there so I can get to know you a bit better. I do exclusive picker cards on there. There's also monthly polls, so you can vote on the new cards that we're going to get for the channel. And I just kind of do spiritual posts in general on there, and I want to make it a bit more diverse. And if you're feeling especially generous, I'd love it if you would check out my Amazon wishlist, because I have some decks that I really love to get on there. And so if you're feeling generous, please leave me an email or a comment down below and let me know that you'd like to get me one of those decks, so I can tell you where to send it. And that would be so lovely to get a new deck for the channel. But thank you so much for joining me if you're still with me. Have a great rest of your day and a great month ahead as well. I wish you all the best for July, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, take care. Hey there everyone who picked pile number 3 with Dumbo. This is your reading for July. So we're going to do your tarot cards first and then look at these oracle cards. And I haven't looked at them because basically I just enjoy having the mystery as well. I like discovering it and seeing it for the first time when you do. But do stick around because I do charms and dice on top when I've read the cards, so make sure you get your full reading. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Pentacles for you here. 3 of Cups. And 5 of Cups. Okay, interesting. 2 5s there. So what I'm seeing is you getting more sociable in this month. I feel like maybe restrictions are being lifted where you're living, just getting out there, getting to see people that you care about and kind of having a fun time. Like I just feel letting your hair down a little bit, having a laugh, having a catch up, you know, even if it's just a small group, just going around having some drinks, something to eat, a laugh, you know. There's just this playful, light-hearted energy, and I see the lovely little bunnies there that are smiling as well. And whenever I look at bunnies, I think of something that's very light-hearted and playful as well. And then we've got 5 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like in some way you also feel left out for some reason in this month. Like 5 of Pentacles, I think some of you are having money worries or possible ill health in general. But I feel like you'll already know about that if that's happening, because to me this looks more like a long-term thing here than, you know, something that's just like a cold. Like I feel like it's something you probably struggle with. It might be mental health related. But what I'm seeing is that some of you feel left out of someone's social group, or you feel like, why did someone not invite me to do something, or why did someone say that to me? And so I feel at this time, because everything's so intense now, everyone is so like, you know, on edge at the moment for multiple different reasons. I feel like maybe someone says something or does something, and it might be that they just forget to invite you to something, or they forget to tell you about something, and so you're the last one to hear about it. And because it's come at this time, you kind of blow it up out of proportion. And I'm not saying that negatively towards you in any way. I just feel like it affects you more than it would normally, and so you're just like, well, I'm never speaking to that person again because they're a horrible person and they're not my friend anymore. And it's that kind of like, with this kid crying, I just feel like, oh, I'm not friends with you now because you've upset me, and also because one time you said this thing to me in the supermarket queue and it upset me as well, but I just didn't tell you about it. Like, it's this kind of thing, like bringing up in your mind to justify why they're also a terrible person. So what I'm feeling is like something happens in your social circle and it just gets blown up by you because everything is amplified at the moment, and so you dwell on it more than you normally would. But I'm going to look at your other cards as well. So we've got Aladdin and the Magic Lamp here, which is the Magician card. So there is feeling like a sense of manifestation here and new beginnings as well. So kind of basically coming out of the lamp into the real world. So like coming out of the darkness and into the light, or something coming out of your hopes and your imaginations into the real world, that manifestation feeling. And also because it's a genie, I wonder if a wish will be granted for you at this time, or you might want to just pause the video and look at this card and make a wish to the genie. There might be something you want to do, you don't have to, but I just feel like something happens and it's like, yeah, that's good, I was hoping for that, or like, yeah, I wanted it to turn out that way, or like, just wow, I've wanted that for quite some time and now it's there. And it might be something really small that, like, I don't know, some makeup that you've really wanted for a long time, but it's super expensive, and then you see it and it's in the sale and you're like, I'm having it, and it just like lifts your mood. And it seems trivial to a lot of people, but it's just like, yeah, This is something I've wanted for a while in the back of my mind. You know, just that feeling of, good, I've got you. I've got it. I think for some of you it will just be something small like that really raises your mood. And for other people it's like, I was hoping that would happen like that, or yeah, that was what I was wanting. And then we've got number 44, water and salt, and it says truth. So there is some truth being revealed for you in this month. Maybe this is the thing that upsets you. Maybe someone says something that's quite close to the bone and you take it really personally, or maybe someone is just like bluntly honest. Or like I said, for some of you, it might be that a truth comes out about someone that you care about and you're the last to know for whatever reason. Like maybe something has happened to someone in your family and you're the last person to know just because you were busy, or people didn't want to worry you, or people genuinely forgot. And you're like, well, why was I not told straight away? Like, I'm really close to that person. And so you feel like let down, or you feel betrayed in some way. But there's definitely some truth, some clarity and understanding coming through in this month. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Okay, this is interesting as well. I feel like you are growing closer to someone in this month and kind of seeing beyond the facade that they put out to the world just to protect themselves or to fit in with other people. Feel like you're seeing who someone really is and you like it. Like, it's not like, ooh, that's who you really are kind of thing. It's like, oh, so that's actually what your true personality is when you take off the mask. And maybe also getting to know yourself a bit better as well. But with this uncovering treasure, it may be that money worries get a little lift, you know, you get unexpected money, or you get a gift. Maybe your birthday's coming up and someone's like, look, I'll just give you money this month because I know that you would probably prefer that to a gift. Or just more stability in your job in general, because that 5 of Pentacles is the first card there. So that might be saying that those worries about money might only affect the earlier part of the month. But I love that card. That's such a nice kind of content, warm card. And we've got work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. So we've got Scorpio energy there. So maybe there is something from the past that you still need to work through, you know, something that you've been neglecting a little bit because you didn't want to deal with it, or it's just been dragging out for a long time, getting you down. And this month is when you finally push through it and you finally start to address it and start to feel better about that situation. And then we've got this card. Now these are from a game, these Dixit cards. They're not oracle cards, but I have my own meanings for them. And this card with the cat is like black and white kind of in equal measure, and there's the shadow and the light as well. So I think of balancing like the yin and the yang, masculine and feminine, the darkness and light, the day and the night here. You know, take the high times with the low times, the rough with the smooth, that kind of thing. So I think this month is kind of ups and downs for you, because I saw that in the tarot as well. Like there's the yay, party, fun stuff, and then there's, oh, I hate everyone, go home. And you know, money worries, and then the treasure, like it's like ups and downs for you. And finding that balance is really important, finding that center point where you are comfortable, like that kind of temperance feeling, you know, moving away from the extreme of worrying or the extreme of, great, I've got this money now, I'm just going to spend it all. Like just being sensible and finding that middle ground. And meditation will help with that. Or if you can't just sit and meditate, maybe trying yoga if you prefer to include movement, or trying like a mindfulness practice of just 10 minutes or 5 minutes every day can be really helpful, where you do like a breathing technique. Yeah, so we've got Ya Oru, like I scream. And this is 4 of circles, which looks like 40 if you want to take it to be that. There's no guidebook for this deck either, but this is an oracle deck. So like something really annoys you or like really gets on your nerves in this month. And so I feel like possibly you snap at someone and then you feel bad about it and you're like, no, I didn't mean to do that. It's just a load of things have been getting on top of me kind of thing. And you were the person I chose to take it out on. Like, I think you just have this point in July where you're just like, I'm done with this. I need to just let it out. Yeah, time for a nap. 24. You see the ups and downs and like the weird balances in this reading, because we've got the screaming pineapple and then we've got the cozy fox going to sleep. So definitely taking care of yourself, like mentally and physically in this month. It's important that you get enough sleep. It's important that you get time to yourself, especially if you have children. Like if someone can take them for a few hours while you just have some time to yourself, or if you can have like a bath, for example, without people coming in, or leaving your phone outside the room if you have a bath or meditation, so that you're not disturbed in any way. I just think having those times that are just for you and that are just like downtime, cozy time is really important. And we've got music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen. Okay, so listening to music in this month, possibly some of you are creative and you sing or you dance to music or you write your own music or just play, maybe you're learning an instrument. But music is important in this month. And also what I think it's saying as well is there's a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if only we listen. Like when you actually take that quiet time, that's when you get those downloads. That's when you get the deeper understanding, when you remove all of the loud noises of, you know, the city that you live in, or all of the loud people around you and the chaos of the day-to-day and the emails and the social media and the news and all of that. When you take all of that away, that's when you actually hear the truth, when it's not being drowned out by all of the surrounding sound. So let's put your charms on top and see what they have to say, group number 3. And I will just give my disclaimer now. If you are wearing headphones or if you have the volume switched on very loud, you might want to turn it down now, because these are mainly metal charms. They can be very loud when I shuffle them. So consider yourselves warned. So group number 3, what is coming up for you in July 2020? So this fell out while I was shuffling, so just know that your angels are watching over you at this time. And this is something I feel like a lot of people need to hear as well at the moment. Like, please don't think that heaven doesn't see what's going on for you and what's happening. Please don't feel like you are abandoned or overlooked in any way just because you are going through some struggles. Just think of it like the Wizard of Oz. You know, the good fairy is watching what's happening. She knows what's going on, but she has to let Dorothy and her friends go through all of this stuff so that they realize things about themselves and so that they learn those lessons about who they are without her just telling them. She couldn't just tell them, oh, you're brave, oh, you're, you know, a nice romantic person. They had to discover that themselves. And we've got the letter T there as well. So T might be an initial, like a surname or a first name for you. It might be a place or a job, might be someone else's name. It could just be a random word that comes to you. That's fine as well. Just take it how it resonates. Got this worry thread there as well. So there are some worries for you in this month, as we've already touched upon. But we've got this beautiful cartouche. Okay, this is not a common charm in my readings, but it's a very powerful one. It says that you are protected by the divine for this entire lifetime and the next one that you'll have as well. It's like it goes into more than one lifetime. So please take that on board. You are definitely not overlooked. You have not been abandoned. And we've got the shark there as well. So that's my symbol of fears. So there is some kind of fear that you're facing up to in this month that you're finally feeling strong enough to deal with. The leaf, which is about releasing, shedding things becoming more stable for you with the anchor, more secure. The ladybird is a good luck symbol, as is this shamrock. So there is luck on your side as well. Ooh, the hummingbird. Okay, love is in the air as well for some of you. There is someone who has caught your eye or someone who you're just feeling closer to in this month, and now you're wondering if it's going to be something more. So if that does interest you, I will be releasing the love predictions reading. It's probably going to be the next one that I release, so that'll be in a few days' time. So we've also got the witch there with her cauldron. So that's saying that you're in a process, okay? You are processing something possibly, but you are in a process. So you're not going to get a full resolution to something in this month, but you are getting there. So just keep going and don't berate yourself for taking too long to overcome something or deal with something. Don't get annoyed with yourself because you're not achieving goals as quickly as you'd like to. It's fine. You're in this process. You are getting there. Just keep working towards it and don't stress about it. Try not to stress. Got the competitiveness there as well, this kind of 5 of Wands energy with the tennis rackets. There is someone who is kind of competing against you in this month, or someone who's causing aggro in your friendship circle or your family circle. It may be that someone is just really like rubbing you up the wrong way. Got the camera as well, nostalgia, trying to savor the moment. And the passport, so maybe you are making travel plans, or maybe you are learning another language in this month. Connection to like another country there, or another culture. Also got the chilies, passion, excitement. So there is something interesting going to happen in this month as well. As I said, I feel like a lot of you, someone has caught your eye romantically. Also got the dragon. So this is a significant time for you. You might also be born in the year of the dragon, but that just signifies something significant happening. Also got the pumpkin there, so something to do with autumn. Maybe you're making plans that will affect autumn or take place in autumn. Halloween as well represented there. Maybe you're getting some bits in for that. Got the reindeer, that's about being guided. So you do have this kind of connection, because there's also the star there and the owl, which is about listening to your inner wisdom. And that star, it's about healing, it's about being guided. Know that you're on the right path, you're in this process. It's just that you can't see the woods for the trees at the moment. You know, you are just in the middle of it, you're in the thick of it. So don't worry that you're on the wrong path, because you're not, and you are being watched over, you are being guided, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. You just need to make more of these quiet times for yourself. Yeah, we've got the Hanged Man as well. There is this feeling of kind of stalling for you, delays in some way, and I think it's getting to you that you just feel like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere, or I take 1 step forward and 2 steps back, but honestly, it's all part of the plan. Got the unicorn there as well, which is nice. That's saying that you are a very special, unique person. Dreams and intuition. So definitely you have a very strong intuition. A few of you might actually be psychic yourselves, or maybe you do read tarot cards. Fire extinguisher, that's saying that you're putting an end to a crisis situation, which is nice because it's landed on work through your fears. So something that has been stressful or traumatic for you is coming to an end. And we've got the key there as well, the solution, the resolution. Have faith and hope, know that you're protected. And then there's the Cancer charm there. So a lot of you, I am sensing a lot of water in your charts. So we've got the Scorpio and we've got 2 cups cards. But this is just saying that don't get too touchy in this month, because that's honestly what I'm feeling, like someone oversensitive just because they're kind of tightly wound up at the moment. You know, don't take it out on someone who doesn't deserve it. Try and ground yourself, try and release that energy in a controlled and healthy way, so it doesn't come out on some poor messenger or someone who just happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, you know. Just let it out gradually, okay? So let's put your dice on top as well. Okay, so we're rolling the second set of dice. Basically, if you're new to my channel, I have a few different sets, and I roll a 6-sided dice first to see which set we're going to use, and I am planning on getting more in the future. And then I roll a d10, a 10-sided dice, to see how many we're going to roll, and if I get a 0 or a 1, I roll again. So how many of these dice am I rolling for group 3 today? 2. Okay. Well, you got 2 twice, so maybe that has a special meaning for you. And I just like doing this. I like using lots of different divination tools. I'd like to get some rune stones as well and learn how to read those. So what is coming up for pile 3 in July 2020? Okay, wow, we've got the dragon again. That's interesting because this dragon actually has a slightly different meaning to this one for me. whereas I just think of something significant here with this charm. With the dice, I think, because it looks more like ethereal, it looks more like a spirit in some kind of way. I think of battling the dragon that is like symbolic of the monster, you know, like the Dementor, the demon that you need to overcome, this work through your fears card. And I've just noticed you've got a dragon there as well. Oh my goodness. I don't have many cards that have dragons on them actually, so that's really interesting. And I've said it in all of the other piles, so I'll say it again. When I go back to the UK, which I'm planning on doing next month, I am going to try and do more elemental readings. So if you have been to my shop, you probably know that I offer a lot of elemental readings on there. This is my Etsy shop that I'm talking about. I don't have a physical shop, but I've got earth elemental readings with gnomes and fairies, etc. I've got air elemental, which is also fairies, and elementals in general are like wind spirits, for example, or fire spirits. I've got water elementals with merfolk and water fairies and things like that. But I haven't got listed yet a fire elemental reading, and that is because I have dragon cards, but they're in the UK. So I will, when I get back, I will start offering fire elemental readings, which is fire spirits, fire fairies, dragons, salamanders, etc. And we channel the reading through those beings as well as your spiritual team, which we always do. But I'm also going to make some pick a card readings where we do a question just like normal, but each pile that you could choose from will be a different element, so it will be channeled through those different beings. So if that's something that you would find interesting, do leave a comment and let me know, because I want to kind of see how interested people are in that. But definitely you are kind of overcoming something in this month. There's like this real bravery within you, and you're like, finally I've got to a point where I'm able to look this fear in the face and name it and say, look, I'm going to take you down. You know, you're not going to have this power over me anymore. And that's so, so beautiful. And I just wonder if dragons are especially like beloved by you, or if they're a very special creature for you, because it's just so unusual to get so many dragon images when I personally don't really have a lot of cards with dragons on them here in Russia. And we've got the magic wand as well, this feeling of magic, this feeling of transformation. It's making me think again of this magician card with the genie. Like you focus on something, you wish for it, and suddenly it's like, right, I'm seeing changes. It's like you change your mindset, and then the world around you changes, and you start seeing these confirmations, maybe symbols from angels, maybe being guided by other spirits, and you're just like, yeah, I'm overcoming this, I'm getting on top of this. So that's such a beautiful message. And if you have been going through a really tough time, I really do hope that you have support around you and people who are able to listen to how you're feeling, and just, even if they can't give you any practical help, just offer you that emotional support. And please do comment below as well, because I'm sure there will be other people who are going through a tough time who are willing to chat to you and to give you some encouragement, because we're a really lovely community here that we're building, and I just love all of you so much. So thank you so much for joining me. I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really, really helps my channel. And also I'd love it if you would let me know in the comments how it resonated with you. Always love hearing what's going on in all of your lives and what changes are coming in for you. And anyone who wants to book a private reading in my Etsy page, please do remember just to leave your email address and your name and your question. And if there is anyone else involved in the situation that you're asking about, for example, if it's like, what does this person feel about me, or where is my friendship with this person going, please give me their name as well, because that's how I connect to their energy in the reading. Some people, for example, will ask for full names and dates of birth, or like a photo to connect with it, but I just need their name. And yeah, that's what I need to do a private reading. And if anyone's interested in any of these decks, I have linked them in the description box. All of the decks that I use in each reading are always listed in there as well. And there's also links in the description as to how you can help out the channel. Please don't feel pressured to do that in any way. I especially know that a lot of you are going through a tough time financially right now. And so I only want you to do this if A, you really want to, and B, you have the means to do so. But I would love it if you could leave me a little tip or a donation via PayPal, or if you could check out my Patreon page and I could get to know you a bit better on there. There's lots of different tiers to suit everyone based on what kind of rewards you want and how much you're able to to pledge each month, and you can go up and down, like you have control of being able to change that each month. So I'd love to get to know you a bit better over there. And also, if you're feeling really generous and you have the means to do this, I would be so excited if you would check out my Amazon wish list, because I have a load of decks on there. I keep adding more, and I know I shouldn't, but I'm just like so excited whenever I see a new deck in someone's reading. I just go and list it on there. So if you would like to get me a new deck for the channel, that would be incredibly generous of you, and I would be so grateful. So please take a look at it, send me an email or leave a comment if you would like to get me one, so that I can tell you where to send it. And just thank you so much to everyone who has supported the channel in some way. Everything helps, everything goes back into getting new props and decks, and I want to get a new tripod as well because it's broken, this one. It only has 2 legs now. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. If you're still listening to me rambling on, this is something I need to get under control a bit more, but I'm just quite a chatty person. But I hope you have an amazing July. I'm sending you all best wishes, positive energy for your month ahead, and have a great rest of your day as well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye, take care.